Hi friends, welcome back to Fatafat English with Abhishek sir. In this video today, I have a special guest, my student, Mr. Gaurav Saxena, who joined my spoken English course in the year 2002. 22 साल बाद ये अक्सर मुझसे मिलने तो आते रहते हैं, but today he came to meet me and I decided to shoot a video because I think he can guide you through the process of learning English as he has already experienced it. इन्होंने इसको experience किया. So without further ado, let me ask him a few questions and you stay till the end of this video because this is going to be very informative. So let's get started. So welcome Gaurav.
Hello, sir. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Right. Gaurav, you joined us in the year 2002
Yes, sir.
and you were quite curious to learn this art of spoken English. So would you please share your experience, how you learned spoken English and what kind of obstacles you faced?
Sure, sir. I came here because American Institute was the kind of institute which, at that time, I was thinking that an institute of this sort should be in Chambasi because the kind of environment we were having, it was not that congenial for English speaking. When I saw you, when I entered the institute, I thought of at least I'll get a platform where I'll get to speak and get to learn because the kind of vocabulary I was having at that point of time, the kind of atmosphere at my home were not that supportive. So I thought it will be a place where I will definitely be able to improve myself. So if you ask me about my journey, initially reluctance, it was, I can say it was entirely into me. I was not able to speak up properly. And the hesitation, I remember in the year 2002 when you asked me that go to that stage and try speaking in front of 25, 30 odd students. So it was a bit difficult for me initially. Rather, I would say the difficult most task for me. But gradually, slowly, we learned. I gained confidence. I started speaking. So you have played a very pivotal role in my English speaking journey. The kind of vocabulary I was having at that point of time and now, I would say the biggest room in the world is a room for improvement always. There is a scope for improvement still. But I would say yes, you have played a very important role. So I am feeling very proud sitting in front of you and mentioning.
That's my clever as well. But as a student, like there are students from Hindi medium background or English medium background. So you were from Hindi medium or English medium?
Till third of class, I was in Hindi medium, and from fourth, I got admitted to RRK. So it was an English medium.
Right. So basically, you developed the spoken English skills from there, or you learned English through the classes of spoken English?
English was something which I was keen to speak, but I would say if you're precisely asking me that where had you learned this, I would say that yes, the kind of environment I got at American, it actually the track was made easy and smooth for me, so it has played a very important role. Nobody at my home, I remember, was speaking in English.
It same happens to me too. Right in my house also, there is nobody who can speak English, or who, if my children can also speak English, but they do not. We do not. I do not pressurize them into speaking English because let it be Hindi atmosphere that is comfortable for us, that is our mother tongue. English should also be respected, it should be learned and it should be spoken when people are comfortable.
So reiterating what you said, yes, American played a very important role. I would give credit to American in the sense that yes, I got the environment here. I spoke to, I don't remember even the numbers to how many people I got the chance to speak to.
Right. How English helped you achieve your goals in your later life?
So English is the only language through which I would say I got wherever I am today. And I remember my first job was in Mumbai. I got placed in a company called 3i Infotech.
Speak a bit loudly.
Okay. So I remember I got my first job in Maharashtra their English, something which are there, which are self-explanatory. So English was something which was in the daily life of my office there in Mumbai.
Right.
So yes, I would say English is the only way through which I demonstrated my skills, which I have inculcated during the course of time. But English was the medium.
English was the medium to present your skills.
Yes. So
I also tell number of times the student that once you get out of your own town, you have to present your skills, you have to present what you actually feel in English. English is the gateway.
yes,
Means English is the gateway through which you can enter a platform and you can create your own identity.
That's what happened with me also, sir. When I was in Mumbai, yes, I got the chance because it was a chance given to a student of Chandosi who belongs to a place like Chandosi, entering to a place like Mumbai. There, had I not known English, it would have been a difficult situation for me to express myself because either they were talking in Marathi, or they were talking in English.
Right.
Hindi was there, but that was a contaminated version of Hindi. So for me, English was the only thing which came to my rescue.
Okay, good. And so, like in Maharashtra, it helped you, create your own identity or express your own abilities. So, how it helped you later on?
Sir, I was the victim of something bad happened to me. Subprime crisis came in the year 2009, and I was forced to get out of Mumbai. I joined Infosys later in the year 2012. I worked for 2 years, and then I joined a Dutch company. The head office of that company is in Amsterdam, Netherlands. So there also in Infosys and this TMF company, the company which is being based at Amsterdam, the prerequisite for this job was English.
Well, English.
I sailed through these both of the companies just because of English. Something goes without saying, like my skills, they were there. I am a company secretary, partial graduate, so I would say that yes, my CA skills, my MBA skills, my financial acumen, managerial skills, all those things that also helped me. That goes without saying. But yes, English, had it not been there, it would have been a difficult task to undo, sir.
But a lot of students from English medium background think that they don't want these spoken English because they've already polished themselves, so they've developed confidence, so they have developed presentation skills, and they can manage in Hindi and English as well.
So, sir, for this, I would say that it varies from person to person. If somebody is of the opinion that yes, they do not require the polishing, as I told you earlier, that the biggest room in the world is the room for improved.
Now, will they miss the bus?
They will.
They will miss the opportunities.
They will, sir, because I myself have realized this, that over a period of time, there are some jargons, there are some way of speaking, the way you mentioned a moment back, without ado. Let's get started
without much ado.
Without much ado. It is something which is new, which you have to learn. I was not aware of. I just learned 2-3 minutes back only. So
there is always room for improvement.
Yes, sir.
So basically, a lot of parents even focus on education. They focus on marks. They focus on topping their schools, colleges, but they do not pressurize. Or they do not tell them. The parents even do not tell them or do not make them aware of the importance of spoken English and communication skills.
And so for this, I would say that currently I am working with IIM Kashipur. It is Indian Institute of Management Kashipur.
Right.
I have got some team members. They assist me in my daily work. So I at times feel if they would have been a little more polished in English.
Okay. Their spoken English skills are not that good.
Yes. So yes, I would say that had it been a little improved or polished, it would have been a different ball game altogether. So that's what I would say, that yes, you are raising the right point. That polishing of spoken English is very much required in a era like this.
Normally, I would say that the students are not willing to even go to schools, go to their coaches. They have the family pressure that they have to study, they have to go to college, score higher marks, or go to coachings. One day I was talking to one of my neighbors and I suggested her to join the course of spoken English, and she told me she doesn't have interest. As far as interest is concerned, The children, I think almost more than 90% of the students do not have interest in studies or education or going to schools, but they are forced. They are forced to study, they are forced to pass their exam, they are forced to take coachings, they are forced to prepare for the competitive exams. So, in my opinion, parents should come forward and they should, somehow guide them to do something that can be done today to better their future tomorrow.
Obviously, sir. Absolutely correct, sir. Because I myself see this. These days, the parents are more aware.
Parents are more aware, but they're more into their own things.
Their own things, yes.
They just leave everything on the school or college, and they're busy with their own businesses. Housewives are busy with their own kitty parties or other things, but they're not more interested in they're building their child's future.
I myself is a father of two, sir. Let me bring this to your notice that I myself have paid extra attention to his spoken English. I was there in Dehradun for 7 years. There was a gentle lady who is well aware of all the prepositions and the basics of English, how to use is, are, and conjunctions, prepositions. I made him go to her. I made my son learn English with the help of that old lady, and he is now doing wonders. I would say that yes, you are pointing the right point, that yes, the parents should be more inclined towards what their students are doing, what their children are doing. So if they are making them understand the importance of spoken English, trust me, it will do wonders because they are themselves not aware.
They themselves, the children, that child, who is 17 or 18 years, he is not capable of thinking about, 20 years ahead.
You are right.
But the parents have seen all the ups and downs, all the challenges. So, in my opinion, this is the responsibility of parents to educate them the role of public speaking, communication skills, presentation skills, and spoken English.
Yeah,
and it will not only make it easier for them to study further, it will also develop their personality and overall development in the personality, like the way you are already able to speak English, the way you are already able to communicate and think very fast. It's only possible when you are at least bilingual.
You are right, sir. I would say the majority of the work has been done by my, not exactly I would say my parents, because they were busy doing their own jobs. It was you who mentored me during that time. I remember I came to you 7 times a day. You
used to come.
Yes.
You used to spend a lot of time with me.
I remember I asked you that kindly allow me to speak in front of students because I was having stage fear, and you supported me like anything. Every time when I used to come, I remember the staff of American, they were also very supportive, and it was not just that work done by my parents, it was the combined effort of American, my parents, my elder brother, everybody. But the awareness of the parents seeing the today's trend is more, and I would urge from the parents of today that yes, you have to spend, you have to think.
Counsel the children.
Counsel the children.
The parental counseling is very, very crucial. I also counsel my parents, they get distracted. My son often gets distracted. Daddy, I don't want to study. I don't want to take the exam. I want to start a business. But I put a pressure on him that you have to do as I say. Because education is very important, even if you do a business. You go for the education and you take a professional degree, like go for B.Tech or go for B Pharma, and work in the corporate for at least 2-3 years, so that you are aware of the world around. You are ready to take the challenges. You become capable of handling the pressure or thinking or leading a big team.
And leading a team requires the command over language.
Huh.
If at all I'm taking my own example because I've been associated with this IIM system.
What is your education, by the way, now?
Sir, I am MBA in finance. And
You did it, I think, from ICFI or what?
you are right. So that's why you
I
are
remember.
who you are.
I remember you told me once.
Yes.
You did
If I Hyderabad,
ICFI.
I see a Hyderabad.
There were two students of mine. One was Govind.
Govind.
Agarwal.
Okay.
Right, who did it from ICFI, and he got engaged with his own business now.
Okay.
You must be knowing him,
Yes, I know.
right? He still is in contact with me, and he had been a good student like you. You were more into studies. You were more into studies. This is what I observed. At the time you came to me.
So it was obviously because you are good at memorizing things, you are good at remembering things. Yes, I did my MBA from Hyderabad. After that, I went to 3 Infotech Mumbai. There also, I required the support of the language.
That's lovely.
There also, I actually got the support of language. After that, in Infosys, then in this Dutch company. After this Dutch company, I got the chance to work with Ministry of Labor and Employment
Okay.
as a young professional. So after, there are multiple examples, and this short span video will not be able to assimilate all the thoughts of mine. I would say there is an ocean of thoughts behind the language
Right.
I have learned so far. So in the Ministry of Labor and Employment also, it was something which overwhelmed me in the sense that yes, I was the one who was performing, not because I knew extra, but because I was having a command because of because of my own zeal. So after this, I got the chance to work with Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs. That was in Ministry of Corporate Affairs, and this is IIM, which falls into the aegis of Ministry of Education.
Okay.
So I worked with 3 different ministries. I worked with 4 different corporates. I am going to join recently another IIM. So this is something which today I was passing in front of passing by
You were passing through the institution.
Yes.
So you just came to meet me, and I invited you to shoot a podcast.
Yes. So this is something which, and I'm fortunate enough that you are so generous all the time that you lend your ears all the time to.
I always, remain in touch, and I want to give my students through all the mediums, all the experiences of the benefits of spoken English, because my focus is on developing the students, grooming their personalities so that they can become successful or more successful easily. Because without having a good command over presentation skills or the public speaking skills, communication skills, spoken English gives you all.
And while working at IIM Kashipur, I have attended several seminars, events. In this month of July only, there is an intake of another 400 plus students, and during the admissions process, placement department will be the one who will be called on the podium to address on behalf of entire IIM Kashipur that yes, he is the placement manager and he will be doing the needful for the entire journey of 2 years. You will be the one who will be taking charge of their careers. So this is something which gives me a sense of pride. It is only because of the kind of
It should be a responsibility.
Yes, and this can only be done when you are aware of what to speak, how to speak, and when to speak. So this is something which comes
through. Madam, I
Attending
believe spoken English can give you an insight.
Yes.
That yes, you can move on in multiple directions altogether.
Yes, sir.
So, tell something about IIM Kashipur.
IIM Kashipur is the second generation IIM which got established in the year 2011. There are 21 IIMs in India now. IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, Lucknow are the IIMs which you all must have heard by now.
I was a CAT aspirant.
I myself aspired.
I was a CAT aspirant.
Okay, so
I was looking for my admission into IIM Ahmedabad only. When I could not get through the exam, almost 25 to 28 years ago, I took my first attempt and I never go for the second. In life, I will always take my first attempt and I put my body and soul into it. I was a CAT aspirant, and before even the exam was conducted, the level was so tough. I was from a Hindi medium background. My English was the biggest challenge.
And now it is the biggest asset, I would say.
It has, I converted my weakness into my strength. English was my biggest weakness when I was preparing for CAT. This is when I realized the importance of spoken English. I was from a Hindi medium background and I worked so hard on my spoken
Goes
English
well.
skills that I became the owner of an English speaking institute. A lot of people have been inspired.
You are right. I am one amongst those.
Right.
So this is something which, so CAT is the only national level examination which is being considered for the admission to
Get into
IIM. So at IIM Nashipur, two programs are run. One is MBA General, one is MBA Analytics. So for these two programs, CAT score and the benchmark of the score is somewhere around 92 percentile. So below 92 percentile, if anybody is securing, he or she will have to appear for the second time, I must say. This would not be the score which they are accepting.
It was actually, I had heard when I was actually doing graduation, I had heard about IIM Ahmedabad. Like I studied in my intermediate, my struggle for an education written by Booker T. Washington. It was the first chapter of my 12th class English prose book. My struggle for an education written by Booker T. Washington, and there was a young boy working in a coal mine, and he overheard some people talking about this very famous school located somewhere in Virginia, Hampton Normal in Agriculture School. I studied this in class 12, and this gave me a dream of going to a very big college. This is why I appeared for CAT, and when I could not get to the exam, I withdrew myself from CAT because it was not possible to improvise your English overnight. So I did it for 7 years. I studied English for almost 16-18 hours every day for 7 years, and this is how I mastered, in spite of being a Hindi medium student.
That is something which is a USP, sir, I would say. Because coming from a Hindi background, the challenges are humongous. I can understand because I myself was facing challenges. Though I changed my medium from Hindi to English in fourth standard itself, but because of the lack of environment, because of the lack of overall environment in Chandosi, it was difficult for me to overcome this. But with the help, I was thinking that I will.
I gave you a little more confidence,
Yes.
little more, spoken English confidence.
Yes.
That paved the way.
Initially, what happened was people were telling me, "Okay, अंग्रेज बंदा है."
हाँ.
Initially, ये happened. अभी तो it comes from within. It happens automatically. This is what I have experienced.
You don't need to practice when you have already done a lot. Like a lot of people ask me, sir, how will I speak English without having an environment? You immerse yourself.
Yeah.
You, mother, in today's era where internet is accessible so easily, you can, watch n number of videos for the whole day, and English will become your permanent language, your primary language.
You're right.
But the problem is dedication, discipline,
Commitment.
focus, commitment, consistency. So, it was really very nice talking to you about this particular topic. Would you like to convey a message to our students?
Definitely, sir. English is not the only thing which will take you to the places you want for yourself. But yes, it will help you a lot to the extent that you will reach at least more than half day.
Right. Good. So it was really nice talking to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for having me here.
Pleasure.